Jade Roy, start this video off.
What the hell is the point of this video?
Before we start this video, I just want to let you know that my man Mops hooked me up with this CETE module. So if you need an air ride controller or wheel advice or whatever, the man can source wheels and he knows the specs that you need. His email will be in the description. Shoot him an email for wheels or the CETE module or, you know, all that fun stuff. Hi internet, I'm here with my friend Jade Roy today. He's got this E46 M3. We don't like those. Just kidding, we like
There's
it.
a lot of people in your comments that probably like them. Just
do you like it? What do we think on the E46 M3? If enough people say they like it, I'll put JR's Instagram in the next video.
I mean, you might as well just put it in the video because a lot of people are going to say they like it.
Okay, so follow me on Instagram and then follow Jade Roy on Instagram. It'll be on the screen. Anyway, today we're getting rid of the stock height action on the S6.
I thought you already did that.
I did, but then I put it back to stock so that we can actually put this module in it so it'll actually be low. So I have videos on how to lower in VAGCOM if you don't want to spend the money to get a CETE controller, but if you do, then we're gonna get rid of this. So what are you saying?
So why would you just not use VAGCOM?
Because VAGCOM can only go 17 millimeters.
You had it dumped with VAGCOM.
Oh, that's all the way aired out, but you have to go into like service mode to do that. So this deletes all of that. It plugs directly into the body harness in here with all of this, and then we'll be able to air it out. Very exciting stuff today. All right, so when you get back here, you guys slide this screen over. I actually zip tied mine up here because I couldn't figure out how to get this bar out. Oops. There's two little guys that hold it down like this. All you have to do is turn them and the thing pops out, then you just gotta unplug the 12 volt. And then we get to this step where we're at right now. All right, so 1, 2, 3 unplugged. And then I pulled this guy, which was right here. You just pinch and pull up on the pink thing. Should come right off. Now I'm gonna try to figure out how to get this thing out. See that guy down in there? I have it circled. You gotta slide that to the right. Eli from the future here. This process of getting this little CAN bus harness out the back and underneath those wires and everything is an absolutely miserable process. And if you don't have a lot of patience like me, you probably want to have a friend who does do it like Jacob did for me, because I really struggled here. Jacob and I have been absolutely finagling away. So this thing sits in here like this. You gotta push down on it, get it out through the back there, which is really difficult in the S6 because there's lots of wires down in there. Then this guy comes out as a whole thing. These tabs right here, those will mess you up, man. So I actually ended up breaking part of the housing, sticking a pick in there, and this thing slid right out. Now we have to de-pin some wires in there, which is even more fun because I don't understand how to do that. And then we're rolling. I'm gonna link this guy's tutorial in the description because he explains really well how to pin the wires. But you go into 12H and 12L, and the wires should just stick right in there.
Like that.
And then we're in business. The default passcode, I had to look it up, is 0000. Confirm. Alright, so now if we come over here, I should be able to drop the rear suspension. I'm going to go down to -15.
Wow.
No way. Alright, -30. Damn, okay, that's -30.
Yeah.
Alright, should we go do the fronts to -30? We still haven't installed the air out module, by the way, so this is, we'll be able to air it all the way out. Alright, so that's 30 millimeters or lower.
So shut the door. Yeah, shut the door. Oh my god, yeah.
That looks way better. I'm gonna ride around at this height all the time. Wow, it does take a while. Okay, so if you install this and you put it in show mode and then you go to leave the show, you may want to wait a little bit before you drive off. Like, you could drive off now and it would adjust itself, but you don't want to be, you know, aired out and then be like, oh, it's off, drive away. Now what we're gonna do is install the full vent module. It's a $20 edition. I'm honestly not sure it's worth it. It might be easier just to air the car out in OBD11, but we do end up getting the back seat up here and working on the install. I did include 3 slides from the install guide towards the end of this. They're in quick succession, so if you're doing this install, just pause the video and look through those 3 slides. But those kind of give more insight than what we ended up giving in the video, because we were a little bit frustrated and it was taking more time than we expected.
There
we go.
You got it.
I think this is air. Oh no, this is seat fold down. It's this side, the small side, not the thick side. And then this one, you just pinch and it comes right out. And now,
Easy peasy.
we can slide the bench out.
Show the people your heated rear.
Oh my goodness, I don't want to show my rear on the internet. I save that for my OnlyFans.
Oh, there it is.
Okay.
Perfect.
All right, so what was the trick here, Jacob? There are two tabs, just like the other one.
Want me to put it back?
There. No, don't put it back on.
So
But
you just kind of have to pry with a screwdriver.
on one side, and
little flathead.
this one isn't double or redundant, I guess I should say, but double redundant is what I keep saying.
Yeah. So
If
just
you get one side loose and you
tug
pull,
it. Yep.
then you can go to the other side and the whole thing will pop right out. Like that. Now we're gonna de-pin some wires. This is the scary part. This is why I'm glad I have Jacob. See where that orange wire is going in? The third one there? We de-pinned, what color was the wire we de-pinned?
Orange with red stripes.
Orange with a red
So
stripe.
see orange, see the red
Red
stripe.
stripe in the third slot on one side. That's the first step to getting the air out in place. All right, so on an educated guess, we pinned the third one on the other side. The instructions say wire with brown stripe. There's like 3 wires with brown stripes, but because it was 12-12 in the rear, we figured it's gonna be 3-3 here. I've had the module in my car for about a week and a half now, almost 2 weeks. It actually, when we did the connector in the trunk, or rather, when we did the connector underneath the rear seat, we actually didn't push it all the way together, and so my car would not communicate with the OBD2 port at all. Like, it had power to the OBD, but you couldn't connect anything to the car. So I went back in there 2 nights ago and dug into it and found that I just had to clip the connector in further. That solved all my issues, but I did have this record-setting scan of the car afterwards, because obviously it wasn't communicating with the CAN bus. As far as the app goes, look, there's me. As far as the app goes, it's all right. I think that's my verdict on the whole seat module. I think it's all right. It's slow to respond. Sometimes it's finicky with responding to settings at all when you're changing them in the app. I think the best way to do it, honestly, is to, well, the first step is going to be when you get it, you have to put your car in auto mode and then go ahead over here. Go ahead over to the settings and rename the profile to auto. Do the same for comfort and for dynamic. So you see when I switch to comfort, it changes the name to comfort. It changes the ride height, obviously. I'm gonna leave it in auto for now so it doesn't do too much stuff. That way, you actually know the profile is tied to the profile here. I think it's just easier visually. It doesn't matter what you name it. They're still gonna sync up. Profile 1 is comfort, 2 is auto, 3 is dynamic. You could name it bananas, apples, and oranges. It's still gonna be profile 1, 2, and 3. Then you can actually change the ride height presets by hitting save setting at the bottom there. If I want to move this to 21, all I have to do is click save setting. It goes to 21, etc. Now if I go to comfort, it's set at -30. If I go back to auto, it's set to -21 now. Pretty straightforward, really easy interface to use. Now the problem is, I think because the car is not designed to switch ride heights that rapidly, when you scroll up and down in this app, the ride height takes a second to take. So the best way that I found to get it to change ride height quickly is change to whatever mode you want to be in when you're at that ride height. Let's say comfort mode, and set that to, mine's set at -30. I just park it in comfort mode and it airs out a little bit more. But then you save settings, switch back to auto, and then switch back to comfort mode. And that way it's not listening to the app, it's listening to what the car has programmed now. That seems to make it go much quicker as far as the ride height goes. As far as show mode goes, it doesn't seem like it goes as low at -55, which is the lowest amount you can do here. If we go over here, you can see show mode is set to -55. It doesn't seem to go as low as fully vented air suspension would in OBD11. Which the whole point of the thing that we did under the seat is so it could fully vent, but it doesn't seem like it fully vents. So, not sure about that, and it also takes about 19 years to get into show mode. Again, it seems faster to set comfort mode to -55, click save setting, go back to auto, and go back to comfort. The car seems to air out faster that way. Overall, I understand it's making the car do things that it's not designed to do. Obviously, it's a small compressor and a small tank, but it's nifty. It definitely helps as far as setting the ride height. Your raised suspension feature still works, and I was like, well, man, does this really justify the almost $1,300 for this versus $200 for lowering links? For 90% of people, the answer is probably no, but it is nice and convenient. For example, my dad had the car the other day, and we set the ride height to 0, 0, and I just saved it on every setting, and that way he doesn't have to ride around with the car lowered at all. And you know, he doesn't have to know. Whereas if I had lowering links, I would have to tell him, hey, the car's lowered, blah, 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 make sure you're careful. But if I just save all the settings to 0, 0, 0, then it's like it's at factory height. And the other plus to this is you can, you know, still raise and lower the car. You can do that with lowering links as well, but you can set the ride height to even higher than stock and then raise above that, and that'll get, you know, the maximum clearance possible. So if you were on lowering links, you obviously wouldn't be able to go higher than stock. I mean, overall, it's a system and it works. I'm not sure, you know, if you're the only one that drives your car, if it's worth buying this over lowering links and then just airing your car out in VAGCOM or OBD11 when you go to a car show. But it is pretty nifty to be able to change your ride height and have, you know, 3 different settings for each, you know, comfort, auto, dynamic, and make it whatever you want. Ultimately, it's up to you if you want to spend the money on the seat or just get some lowering links. I'm happy with the seat. I wouldn't say I regret my purchase, but it does feel like for more than 6 times the money for lowering links probably are the move for most people. And the seat module or the AK-47 or the H&R or whatever you end up doing are a little overkill. I'm very, very happy with how the car looks lowered. If you want to see ride height and all that stuff, I will cover that in an upcoming video. I am a little crunched for time recently. We've had a couple things going on, so I haven't had the chance to get the glamour shots that I want to. I apologize for that. As always, a huge shout out to Nemesis Autosport for hooking me up with the seat module. Again, if you need anything wheels or seat module related, make sure to hit him up. As always, thank you guys for watching. Go out there and spread some positivity, and I will catch you guys in the next video.